Hey everybody, welcome back. This week I'll be talking to you about the hottest comics released in September 15th, 2021. But first, please be sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. We gotta get to that 250 subscribers, guys. I want to give away this Me You Love in the Dark #1 Jenny Frison cover. It's to die for, so please, please, please subscribe. Let's dive right into my top picks, and we're starting off with a banger, Primordial #1. I made another video previously on why I think you should check out this book, and essentially it's my favorite comic book team of all time. Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, Dave Stewart. I just can't wait, and I'm super excited. It's basically a mind-bending sci-fi collides with Cold War thriller in the 6-issue miniseries by the best-selling and Eisner-winning creative team behind Gideon Falls. In 1957, the USSR launched the Dog, Laika, into Earth's orbit. 2 years later, the USA responded with 2 monkeys, Abel and Baker. These animals never returned, but unbeknown to everyone, they did not die in orbit, they were taken. And now they are coming home. So I am just so thrilled. Andrea Sorrentino does amazing paneling, and I just can't wait to see how this comic stacks up. There is some gorgeous covers, and I am just really, really excited for this. Also, Harley Quinn, the animated series, the Eat, Bang, Kill Tour, #1. I can't wait. If you've watched the Harley Quinn animated show, it's so funny, and it's to die for, and I can't wait. And this picks up right after where we left off. So, seeing Harley and Ivy on the road trip of the century. Following the wedding disaster of a decade, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy end up on the run from Commissioner Gordon and the GCPD. But as fun as all that sounds, Ivy still worries over leaving Kite Man at the altar. Luckily, Harley's got the perfect scheme to shake her out of her wedding day blues. And I'm hoping it's just as funny as the show. I mean, the art looks really great, and I can't wait. We also have MAW #1 is a new Boom title written by Jude Ellison S. Doyle and drawn by A.L. Kaplan. And what happens when one woman becomes the real monster society has always made her out to be? Dragged by her sister Wendy to a feminist retreat on the remote island of Argentina, Marion, Angela Weber hopes to gain some perspective and empowerment that isn't at the bottom of a bottle. But everything is horribly derailed after an assault on their first night there. The violent encounter awakes something in Marion she just never imagined, triggering warped mutations in her body and awakening a hunger she can't bring herself to name. When the townsfolk react with suspicion and violence, what unforgivable act will transfer Marion into the very monster they've made her out to be? So, it's a short mini-series, but they have some really cool homage covers, which I really like. And, I mean, what's wrong with the Boom #1? It sounds really interesting, and let's hope it's good. We also have Batman 89 #2. Batman 89 #1 sold incredibly well, and I think people just really still love the Michael Keaton Batman. And what else is not to love about this comic? It's just a really nice throwback to a time that we really enjoyed, and this one's no different. A showdown in Burnside leaves both Batman and the Gotham borough reeling. As the community rallies together behind Harvey Dent, can Bruce find a way forward for both Batman and the city? So really excited. They also have that really cool Mitch Gerard's variant cover where he's like upside down, and I can't wait to see how this one continues. Now time's for our series shoutouts. These are comics not necessarily the top picks, but some of them are kind of interesting, and maybe you should check them out while you're at your local comic shop. Starting off with Red Room #4. Ed Piscar is doing incredible with Red Room. I think it is a very creepy tale. It's very jarring, and you know, it's messed up when you read it, and after you read it, and once you read it, you're like, oh my god, am I weird for liking it? Like, what is this, you know? So the breakout smash hit of 2021 wraps up its debut 4-issue monthly season with a trio of tales inspired by the great EC comics such as Tales from the Crypt, and focusing on Donna Butcher, the original queen of the Red Rooms. So this one also explores Butcher's origins in the VHS Betamax era of torture porn before twisting into a contemporary revenge fantasy gone wrong. And you know, just a bunch of small short stories in this one about certain characters, but I am very interested because every time you meet a new character, you want to know more. And you want to know who's watching these rooms, and you want to know all kinds of things. So I'm very excited that we're diving more and more into it. We also have Vampiverse, which is the crazy VAMPIRElla universe comic that is coming out from the writers of Vengeance of VAMPIRElla and the VAMPIRElla Valentine's Day special. And it's a different VAMPIRElla for every thread, for every kind of story across the fabric of time and space. A VAMPIRElla of every conceivable notion, born to protect her particular reality, but now someone is killing them and stealing away the precious life energies and growing in power. It is up to VAMPIRElla of one of these universes to gather some of her special sisters to stop a growing threat and keep it from destroying the creator of all things, the artist, and preventing the unraveling of all reality. So, super cool covers. I mean, that Adam Hughes cover is to die for, and I mean, there's always really great covers in this, so I'm just really excited to see how this is. I'm a big VAMPIRElla fan, so give me more of her. Also, we have Batman the World hardcover, and I usually wouldn't put a hardcover in this, but the Batman the World seems really interesting. It has different writers and artists from all over the world and their takes on Batman. And, you know, Brian Azzarello, Lee Bermejo, just to name a few. There's tons and tons of people that you will recognize, and some that you won't, and I'm excited for that. I want to read ones that surprise me and make me realize, oh wow, I really like how Brazil, you know, takes the form of Batman. So yeah, I can't wait to see how each home country changes up their ideal version of Batman. So it just seems like a really cool, fun hardcover, and I love a good hardcover on my bookshelf, so I can't complain. We also have Eternals Thanos Rises, written by Kieran Gillen and drawn by Dustin Weaver. And Eternals are created, not born. They have families, but their families make no new children. It's simply not what Eternals do. Some of them thought they could find a way to change that and believe it would be for the best. They were terribly wrong. So for me, Eternals is a pretty cool, interesting comic. I do enjoy it. Asad Ribic, I think, does a really great art. And now that Eternals, the movie, is fastly approaching, I think picking up a couple of the Eternals comics may come in handy once that movie releases, because you never know if it's going to be like that smash banger like Shang-Chi was, or, you know, if it's just going to be a dull one. But a lot of people really like Thanos. A lot of people seem really interested in Eternals, so definitely going to check this one out. Now time for our late printings. I don't have too many this week, but we do have a couple to keep in mind. Eat the Rich #1 second print. It's not that gorgeous Jenny Frison cover like the first print, but, you know, there is some other that are slowly approaching. Still really cool cover, you know. Godkiller Tomorrow's Ashes #1 third print. Red Room #1 second print. And last but not least, White #1 third print. And that's going to be all for me today. I hope you have a great week. Check out all these comics and many more at your local comic book shop this Wednesday, September 15th. Have a great day.